guys, hit me up on the old Twitter. You guys can hit me up in the YouTube chat. Week 7 is over, of course. We were looking ahead, as we just did, to Week 8. But let's talk about a couple things that we're underreacting to around the league. Let's start with DeAndre Swift. Yes, I got a lot of hate on the internet after Gibbs did his thing, of course, against the Buccaneers. But I'm going to double down on DeAndre Swift. He's not getting enough credit for what he's meant to the Bears. They have a 4-game win streak, largely due to him over the last month. Really one of the best running backs in the entire league. 6th in total yards over the length of his streak. He's been the driving force for the offense, not just on the ground, but in the passing game for Caleb as well. And he's only been picking up steam as the season has gone on, getting better and better. Trusted, reliable, I think giving Caleb confidence. And he's really been a complete back. Let's take a look at this. And that he's maybe not getting talked about enough for being the first guy for the Bears in the last quarter century to have 200 rush yards, 80 receiving yards, and multiple touchdowns over a 2-game stretch. Not even Matt Forte did that. He joins the A-Train, Anthony Thomas, who did it in 2001, Neil Anderson, who did it in 1990, and Walter Payton, hallowed name, as the only Bears running backs to pull this off in the Super Bowl era. So I think we see him keep it rolling against a banged-up Ravens defense this weekend. Okay, next up, I think we are underreacting to Matthew Stafford having the best. This is so true, and I'm going to maybe get killed for it, but hear me out. Matthew Stafford's having the best year of his career in front of our eyes right now. Wild to think about after what the dialogue was in the preseason just a few months ago. The mystery surrounding his back injury in training camp. There's some people speculating about whether he was even going to play this year or if we'd see a heavy dose of Jimmy G. And not only has he played, he's been better than ever. If you take a look at this, and we will, 3rd in the league in yards, most TDs averaged per game since the Super Bowl winning 2021 season. The league leading 17 touchdowns to just 2 picks. That's by far the best ratio of his career and just 3 touchdowns away from matching his season total from all of last year. He is putting up career highs in passer rating, in winning percentage right now. The man is balling out. That NFC West going to be an all-out war with the Niners and Seahawks looking as good as they do right now. But man, it is hard not to like these Rams and their chances to go to the Super Bowl. Rams on a bye, Hammy? Right? Yeah. We talked about this yesterday. They're on a bye. It'll be interesting to see. Hammy, who do they have after the bye?
They have, let's see. All right.
No, you're all good. Just curious.
They have the Saints. So.
And then who?
And then.
I always like their schedule, you know?
And then the Niners.
Yeah, I was going to say, when's that next Niners game? Okay, interesting. Yeah. This is like a perfect little bye week for them, too, for his, veteran tweak needs. What's up with Puka?
Yeah, and they're always, it sounds like it's still going to be a little bit of time. Again, great timing for the bye there. But that's the other thing about them getting off to this 5-2 start. They've been traditionally a slow starter, and they really play their best football after the bye. So the fact that they're playing this well even before the bye, I feel like we're about to see another run from them.
And they've been traveling, obviously, they crush it when they travel. We all know that. But, you need a little rest after that happens. You need to get to bed at 5 p.m. like I have.
Yeah.
It really does. It wears on you. And I'm looking at, are we underreacting to the Saints' brutal life? Give me the Saints schedule here. They've got the Bucs, who are angry. They lost. They got embarrassed under the bright lights against the Lions. And then they have to play the Rams. And then who?
Yeah, let me see. Here we go.
Okay, Panthers.
So
interesting.
Bucs, Rams, Panthers, yeah.
And then finally they get a rest, and they got to take those dishes. Okay, so this is that. Wait, hold on a second. Saints have a cute little schedule the second half. Time out.
Yeah, they're getting all those tough games in early.
I'm all in. Look at that. That is quite a split there. That first half of the season to the second. Wait, Hammy, do you have a little bold prediction cooking for the second half for the Saints?
I
like
about that.
Jets, Titans. Put that back up. Hold on. What's their record right now? Miserable?
Yeah. They've won 1 game.
1-6.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to go on a little run here. Hold the phone.
Yeah, they've been a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And, they gave the Bills a heck of a game. They beat the Giants, obviously. The Patriots, it wasn't easy. They've been feisty. So they're going to pick up a couple wins there. I'm not ready to say a run, but,
oh, man.
they'll win a couple games in there for sure.
Yeah, it's just not that Bucks game, Week 14. That's going to be a meaningful game that I don't need any tomfoolery about. But Saints, second half, one miracle worker wonders, little darlings. I like that. Okay, last thing I think that we're underreacting to. Let's go and talk about the Bengals. Corner D.J. Turner has really emerged as one of the best DBs in the league, and we talk so much smack, this pinata that is this Bengals defense. But you saw the third-year Michigan man come up with that insane interception you're seeing. Sorry, Aaron. This sort of was the spark that brought the Bengals in this comeback win over the Steelers. It wasn't all Flacco and Jamar, okay? It's been this way all year long. DJ has the third lowest passer rating against of any corner in the league this year. He leads the NFL in pass breakups, in next-gen stats, hawk percentage, which, by the way, measures how often a DB makes plays on the ball, 34.2% there. That's the highest rate that we've seen from the starting corner in the 10 seasons that Next Gen has been tracking the stat, which is absolutely bananas. So these Bengals, they needed someone other than Trey to step up on this defense. DJ Turner's been that guy. Outside of Flacco, this is what's giving me confidence that the Bengals can make a run here. Hopefully, they get Trey back this week. They've got the Jets. Okay, that's nice. And Tammy, we just talked about this like 20 minutes ago. They have the Jets, and then they have... We literally just talked about this before the show.
We did. Oh, and then the Bears, and then a bye.
Okay, Jets, Bears, bye for the Bengals.
That Bears game is going to put you in a pickle. Yeah.
The only pickle I'm in with the Bengals, I think they're going to the playoffs. The only pickle I'm in, yeah, it is because I said that the Bears were going to win the next. If people are like Trey Hendrick, people are so mad, and this is like the difference of being somebody who grew up a Bengals fan versus somebody who like can take a step back a little bit. I think that's like I can do that. If they lose this is not a conversation anymore because they beat the Steelers. Had they lost, I would be barking up the Trey Hendrickson trade tree all day long on the show this week. If they do lose the next two, you still got to consider trading Trey. That's my stance.
Absolutely.
If you
lose
to
it comes
the Jets,
back into play even if you lose. Yeah.
Then we're drumming that circle. Because they didn't get a first-round pick back. You got to do that.
Yeah.
That's what makes GM's job so tough because obviously you don't want to lose him, but you also didn't marry him. So there's that.